How you doing? My name is Thuan. I'm a physical therapist, and I'm here to teach you a little bit about directional based stretching. In this episode, we're going to be talking about upper traps, deltoids, and mid-back. This is Kyle, and he's going to be demonstrating some of the range of motions for us, and he's going to be our test person for our stretching technique. So what we're going to do first is we're going to have you turn around, and this will be his extension and adduction, both sides. You can reach about mid-back, low back. Turn around for me. And then this will be his external rotation. You can see it from the side. He's limited in external rotation, and this will be his other side as well. This is his internal rotation, and this internal rotation. So you can see how limited he is. He's about 75% each way. So if you can, Kyle, can you have a seat for me and lay face up? So the first thing we're going to do is we work through the skin first, because that's the primary purpose of directional based stretching. We're going to go through our triangle again, but the thing about the triangle is it's not only superficial, it's also deep. So you have to think about it in a 3D angle. So you have to work through the rotation of the abdominals, because we can't just do straight plane. We work the sides of it, but now we have to work the obliques and the transverse abdominals as well. We have to work the quadratus lumborum. We have to hit the iliopsoas. So what we want to do is we're going to anchor and rotate through. Anchor and rotate through. Anchor, rotate through. Good breath. Good. Anchor, rotate through. And that hits the transverse abdominals and the obliques. And we make sure we free up off of the ASIS and the iliac crest, because those can be bony prominences that lock the skin up. You still have to get that extension to that shoulder, because the upper trap still connects to the glenohumeral joint, or the AC joint, which hits the glenohumeral joint and affects the shoulder. That gets us more external rotation with it. And then we can go into the upper traps. Nice deep breath. Good. You can see the bind point within the skin. There's literally the upper trap, and then it divots and puckers at the point. So you have to break through that point for the upper trap. Otherwise, you're only using a specific amount of the muscle belly, and you're losing the rest of the attachment point. You want depression with the upper trap to make sure it releases. And you can't forget about the side right of the neck, because the upper trap, not only it goes to the midpoint and to the spine, but it goes up as well, and so it affects the entire area. And generally there's a crease right in the middle, and it's the bind point for the person. Nice deep breath. Rotate around. And then up. You can see the stretch point and the pucker. There's a crease that goes across it. Excellent. And now that we've gone through the 3D section of the triangle, we make sure everything's opened up through there and through the hip. Good. Can you flip it over for me? Put your head as a headrest. So same principles. Now that we hit that, we have to get the lat, we have to get the mid trap, and we have to get the upper trap. And we have to free up the deltoid tricep area because this is always the pucker point for everybody. So again, it's with a rotation. His is actually elevated and rotated upward. His scap sits high. And so you want to reposition the scap to down and in. Even that movement is with the rotation because the scap usually wings outward rather than sitting medial. So you want to go back with it. Again, it's more superficial than deep. Nice deep breath. Good. All the bony prominences of the scapula always binds down as well. So the scapular spine, the spine of the scapula. And you always have the borders as well. The upper trap just released. Don't forget about the bony prominences of the spine. Nice deep breath. Release. Good. And the extension all the way down for the lats. We have to free up the lats. It's the largest part of the entire body, or the largest muscle in the entire body. It literally connects from the sacrum, goes all the way up and out, wings all the way to the top, and also creates internal rotation of the shoulders. So it affects everything and it pulls everything downward and in. So if we don't release the entire lat, we're gonna be here. So even if we fix the shoulder and derotate the shoulder, if the lats still engage and overfiring, we're not gonna get that clearance. We have to open everything up so that way we can get that full extension, that full flexion. Gotta get the rotation with it, because it can get stuck along the rib cage. So we're sweeping the skin to open up the muscle so it can get a better muscle production. Now we're going to go into that intersection. As short as you can. Perfect. Good. There went the tricep. Freed up his elbow. Nice deep breath. And there you have the rotation that you're looking for. Once you're happy with that positioning and where they are, you can work on the other side and open up the other side as well. But the rotation is off of the scapula as well. Alright, we're going to stand on up. Turn around. There's the wall. You can see the difference in the muscle. Yes, you cause the inflammation because you're breaking up the skin and the skin from the muscle itself. But you can see the depression on the shoulder. You can see the increased size and mass on this side compared to this side. His shoulder blades are a lot lower. If you do that back again, look how much higher he can go on this side, other side, compared to the other side. You got a lot more range of motion. If we can turn around, turn to the side, we have the external rotation to the external rotation. We can flip the other way. And then you go towards me. You can see the difference in the shoulders. Internal rotation. You can see how much farther back he goes on this side compared to this side. Turn and face the camera. So, and to the other side. Perfect. You can see that internal rotation. There we go. So if you work through the muscle, if you work through the skin, and you free up the skin, you free up the muscles. If you think about the triangle, it's not only just the superficial, you have to go through 3 Ds of it, so you have to go through the entire section. And if you work through that rotation, you can free it up and you can make it easier and better. If you want to find me, you can look me up on Instagram or Facebook, Thuan DPT@gmail.com. Find me and let me know what you guys think. Have a nice day.